Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a returning episode of Cape Time to talk about D23 and a bunch of different news ranging from Marvel to DC. Some that makes me happy, a little bit that confuses me, and others that piss me off. Let's dive into all of it. Let's do it.
We don't have a theme song. We just have a jingle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yes, to start, we start with D23. I believe our last episode was a news episode. I believe that was August 24th. That was a news episode that was right before D23, about a week or two before.
Yeah.
We were anticipating some announcements. I believe our last episode was actually when Matt Shackman became rumored
Yeah.
to be directing Fantastic Four, and then at D23. So I guess this is where we're going to start, because we made a list of topics, but we don't have to necessarily go in order. I don't give a fuck.
No.
He's directing Fantastic Four. That was confirmed at D23 by Feige. He dropped out of the Star Trek movie that he was going to do in order to do this movie, Fantastic Four. So Fantastic Four has director, and it has writers, as we're about to talk about as well now. And now they're focused on casting the damn thing. And I'm just very excited. I think that's just I think it's easy to start with Fantastic Four just because there's not a whole lot to talk about. We've already said what we needed to say about Matt Shackman, and we really don't know anything about these writers at all. Like it was almost like Feige grew them in a lab somewhere. Uh, so yeah, that's really all I have to say about that because there's nothing to say.
Yeah, I mean, these are writers that are relatively unknown. According to the article, apparently they are quote unquote hot on the scene, apparently. So I guess they're up and comers. But in terms of just the outlook for Fantastic Four, I'm definitely excited. I don't mind going with unknown writers. I never really understood the stigma against unknown writers because, no reason to hate them until they're known for something. If they fuck this up, fine. Then it's fair game. But until then, I don't really have a reason to be upset with the pick. As for casting, I really thought we were going to get something in with casting at D23,
Me too.
along with most people did, but as it sits though, the part about casting I'm most excited for is to be done with all the fan casts because I'm kind of tired of it. you know,
Yeah, there's only so much you can hear about when it comes to like this subject. Their names are we didn't say their names. Their names are Jeff Kaplan and Ian Springer.
yeah,
Uh, so congrats to Jeff and Ian. Those are two cracker names if I've ever heard them.
it's not the
Uh,
Overwatch guy.
but
Just
yeah,
making that clear. It's not the Overwatch guy.
it is not. It is not the Overwatch guy. Uh, but yes, they are directing. I mean, writing Fantastic Four. With Matt Shackman writing, we can expect casting pretty soon for a
Yeah,
2023 shoot. And then they will film the movie, then they will edit the movie, and then they will release the movie in 2024.
hmm
It is definitely in my top 3 of most anticipated Marvel Studios projects. There was another thing announced, well, sort of announced, but not really announced. We already knew it existed at D23. But it's not Daredevil. I got you there. I tricked you. I'm not ready to talk about Daredevil yet. Oh,
okay.
gotcha. Boom, boom, boom. Ha ha. See, got to switch it up sometimes. Got to switch it up. I wanted to talk a little bit about Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion's a fun one. Yeah, I was actually really happy with the trailer, I will say. I know going in now, this was not the show I initially thought we were going to get when it was first announced. When it was first announced, I expected a, Avengers kind of Secret Invasion story, but not at all. This is a Nick Fury story, spy espionage style, and it's going to be very, very serious. And I think that's going to be one of the two strengths with this show. It's going to be the seriousness, because people are desperately craving that right now. And I'll be honest, it's a little annoying, but at the same time, I get it. We did just get back-to-back comedies, and in the case of this most recent one, it's, in my opinion, not the best, quite honestly. But as for the future installments that are coming, there are some more serious projects on the way between Wakanda Forever, Ant-Man, the Wasp: Quantumania, and a number of others like Secret Invasion. And Secret Invasion, I think the biggest thing that excites me about the show is the fact that if they really could play on this paranoia factor with the Skrulls, man, it could be such a tense show that really delivers on a week-to-week basis. So I'm hoping that they nail that, because if they do, it could be such a great streaming experience on a week-to-week basis of just constant, like, oh, is this guy a Skrull? Is this guy a Skrull? Oh, how's this connect? Who's doing what? It's like, it could be very fun, I think, for people like us, in addition to just general audiences.
Yeah, I think like I want it to feel episodic. I want it to feel more like a TV show, like more of a TV show than a 6-hour movie or an 8-hour movie or however many episodes it is. The trailer looked pretty much what I expected. It looked all right. You know, I don't really have too much to say about it. I just wanted to like mention its existence, and like it really does seem to be like a Nick Fury centered show, which is quite nice, because like Sam Jackson's like a great actor, and like he hasn't led one of these MCU projects before, and it's nice to see kind of some Samuel L. Jackson love, and him getting his own thing. It's kind of crazy how like Emilia Clarke is like one of the most famous actresses in the world, and she's playing like an agent, and she's not playing like a hero or a villain or something. Well, I mean, we don't know, but like not like a known hero or villain. But you know, that's the way the cookie crumbled. Well, I think we saw Olivia Colman in the trailer too, if I remember correctly.
Yes, we did.
I think Kingsley Benadir is in it as well.
Yep.
If I remember. Yes. It's good to know that my memory is still intact. I get hit in the head a lot.
Man, I am definitely pumped for this show, but it's among the many shows that were talked about, or just many projects. I'm not going to say it's one I'm most excited for, but it's one that I wouldn't be surprised if I come out of it saying, oh, this was fucking awesome. Like, I won't be shocked at all if that's how I feel when I'm done with this show, and I'm hoping it does leave me with that.
Here's what I want. From a show called Secret Invasion. Okay? The concept of that itself is actually really cool. Okay? It's a secret invasion. Okay? So here's what I want. I want twists. I want turns. I want constant edge of my seat kind of a feeling. I want an uneasy kind of feeling when I'm watching the show, knowing that anything that I'm watching may not be what is like real, because they're Skrulls. Just give me something that like keeps me on the edge of my seat, keeps me a little on edge, keeps me a little spooked out too. That's basically what I'm asking for. That's really all I'm asking for. I don't know too much about the overall like the details of the show, but like it looked fine. It looked good. It looked like it's gonna be a fun time. Rhodey was in it. I saw Rhodey in the trailer. Yep. Be funny if Rhodey was a Skrull. I don't know. But that's just me. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. No, I'm super pumped to see what we get. And the other trailer we got from D23 was surprisingly, I expected Wakanda Forever, but it looks like that's not the trailer we're going to get until Monday, when tickets are expected to go on sale. So I'm excited for that. But
oh shit! I forgot to put in our list the runtime for
Yeah, I didn't forget. I was going to bring it up.
Okay, good.
But I will save that for later for now. But I will note that the other trailer we did get from D23 was Werewolf by Night. And we're going to briefly go into that. And I got to say, I haven't seen it yet, obviously. Neither of us have. But we've seen the trailer. We've heard a lot of great things about it. And from the moment I saw the trailer, I knew this was going to be a project for me. As a fan of horror, the idea of doing the idea of doing a Universal Monsters project, it's so cool.
I literally wrote a horror Batman movie. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
I know. I like horror, and doing a Werewolf by Night story, which is a 1970s comic book creation, in the vein of 1930s, 1940s, Universal horror monster movies, is like genius. And I am so excited. It looks different from anything Marvel's done. Okay? It smells different. No, I'm just kidding. It looks different. It looks like it's directed really well for a first-time director. It feels like there are some really cool like choices behind it that like it doesn't feel at all like generic Marvel, which is quite nice. And like I tweeted this out, I believe yesterday, about how I'm more like I really hope that Marvel Studios continues doing these solo contained individual stories that don't connect to anything, that are just like, you may see those characters down the line. You may see Werewolf by Night in an Avengers movie or something or whatever, right? But nothing in Werewolf by Night besides the character getting introduced seems to be like part of a bigger plot, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like the character itself being introduced is enough. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's enough. And like I feel the same way about like Moon Knight. Regardless of like your opinion on the show, I think everyone can agree that one of the cool things about the show was the fact that they weren't throwing a Tony Stark reference every 5 minutes. And like it felt like just a show that just happened to be in the MCU, as opposed to, something that is heavily reliant on MCU Easter eggs and gags and all that stuff. And I just hope they continue to do this, and I hope they continue to switch up genres as well. Like doing a horror Marvel episode, I guess you can say, that's based on 1930s, 1940s like Universal horror movies, monster movies. It's just an awesome idea. That's just a really cool idea. You are watching the Judge at Bat, aren't you?
Wait, what?
You're watching the Aaron Judge at Bat, aren't you?
I'm actually not. I don't have cable down here.
Oh, okay. 1 and 2 count. 2 and 2. But yes, he missed the pitch to hit on the first pitch. He should have cranked it. But back to my statement. I just hope they continue doing more mature content, because Michael Giacchino said that he thought this thing was going to be rated TV mature, and from all accounts, it's a really violent show. I really hope they continue to switch up genres, because superhero horror is really cool. Okay, and I love the fact that it's self-contained, and it just feels like it's like timeless in a sense, like it's from like another time or something. And just give me all of that, man.
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right.
He lined out the third.
Damn it. But I think that we're in a place right now where Marvel is not afraid to take risks, and I think that's the biggest compliment I can give to this phase so far. I will say the one thing I will say, I think in certain projects the writing needs to tighten up, and that's probably been the biggest weakness. Not to say that all the projects have had bad writing, because that's not true, but I think some projects have definitely had some issues with parts of the writing, and I think in a couple, in the case of like Thor: Love and Thunder, I feel that even though I did actually like the project, probably more so than most, but I do feel that another 20 minutes of kind of going for it with the gore stuff and the Jane cancer storyline, for example, would have helped a lot. And just going across these projects, I think that's definitely something that they need. They need to just tighten up the writing, but keep going with what you're doing in terms of the creative endeavors and giving directors all this freedom, because it's coming through in these projects, in my opinion, entirely more so than any other phase before. I mean, phase three, not to say you didn't have anything creative, but in phase four, I mean, just go across the board and look what you have. You have WandaVision going through all these different eras. You have Werewolf by Night now as this 30s, 20s Universal horror project. You have Eternals, a indie movie basically for Marvel based on the way it was made, just on a bigger scale. And then you keep going across. Doctor Strange, the fucking Sam Raimi movie. There's so many different examples of Marvel just giving directors their time to shine now. Even like Miss Marvel, which is fairly recent. I mean, so much creative flair in that show. So much. I'm just really in love with what they're doing in that sense right now. And the fact that they're really doubling down even more, I think, with Werewolf by Night. And like you said, it was going to be TVMA. Marvel was 100% ready for that project to be TVMA. And you look at their upcoming slate, too.
They're doing they're doing an animated TV mature show on Marvel Zombies. So, like...
Yep. They're ready.
They're becoming more okay with that, which is really interesting. And, like, we've heard... we're going to get into this later. We've heard... Well, Punisher potentially coming. First I've heard of it. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. We'll get into that later. But like, we just keep saying like, and also I think now that we're talking about Werewolf by Night, it's a good time to talk about like the reactions to it, because people have gotten to see it so far, and it seems like everyone is loving it and enjoying it and saying that it's exactly what the trailer made it out to be. Which is really nice, because I generally don't like misleading marketing. Like there are some instances where it works, but like I wanted to see, like, the reason why I'm sold on Werewolf by Night is because the trailer I saw looked like something that I would like to see, and to know that the thing that I would like to see is actually the thing that we're getting is a nice surprise. It's very nice to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. This project is pretty much as advertised based on what critics have been saying. It's scary, it's violent, and it's really diving into the genre while also diving into the time period they're trying to emulate. And that's such an exciting thing for me as a Marvel and a horror fan. So, yeah, I'm super excited for this. I think this is going to be probably among my favorite, not just for Phase 4 project, but among my favorite Marvel projects, just because it's hitting every button for me that I personally like. So that this is more of a bias thing, but like I think I'm going to really like it. The guy they got to play Werewolf by Night, also a very good actor. What's his name? Gail Garcia?
Yeah, Gail Garcia Bernal.
Yeah, yes, he's very good. I've seen him in other projects before. He's a very good actor, and beyond him, we're also getting Man Thing. We are getting Man Thing in the MCU.
I forgot to mention Man Thing. Like, come on, like that's just cool. That's cool shit. All right, and like we're getting like vampires in the MCU too with Blade. Like, I'm just saying, like this portion of the Marvel universe is like cooler than, in my opinion, it's cooler than like the kind of like the space stuff. Yeah, for me.
Well, for me, like, the supernatural Marvel is the coolest Marvel. Honestly, it's my favorite kind of shit.
Like it's just like, come on now, like, and I am looking at my phone just making sure I'm not missing anything from D23. Their recap. I do want to talk about Captain America: New World Order.
Yes, we will.
Because it seems as if that is a movie that is happening.
Yeah.
Sources say, the source being Kevin Feige himself. That movie is happening. Anthony Mackie is playing Steve Rogers. No, I'm just kidding. He's playing Sam Wilson. That would be funny if they're just like, switch. Chris Evans is Sam Wilson. But yes, that is happening. That is a movie that exists. They're bringing back Tim Blake Nelson to play the leader. For those who don't know who that character is, He is from the Incredible Hulk movie, and we have waited approximately 14 years since his last appearance. So Kevin Feige really plays the long game. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
You know, I think Kevin Feige. I saw a funny tweet that said that wow, George Springer leadoff home run. Freaking.
Wait, one
I'm not
sec.
even
I'm grabbing a water. I'm so thirsty.
Okay, it's okay.
Keep
I'm
talking.
still gonna speak words,
Go.
but I lost my train of thought. No, it's okay. Tim Blake Nelson is from the Incredible Hulk movie. The leader is the character's name. Wow, that was quick. Damn. All right.
Fridge is right there.
Fridge is right there. Grab me one. Oh wait. But yes. That's all I have to say is he's coming back. He's from Incredible Hulk. There have been rumors about more Hulk-centered projects in the works as well. So obviously we've got She-Hulk going on now. We got the Abomination. He's in that show. Now you got Tim Blake Nelson coming back. There's rumors about a World War Hulk movie coming out, and there's been rumors about the rights to Hulk reverting all the way back to Marvel's to where they can start producing Hulk movies without Universal being a little bitch about it. So, whoa, just kept hearing this dog barking. Holy shit. But yes, Hulk seems to have a bright future. But we're talking about Captain America: New World Order. There have been some controversies surrounding this movie. There is a character. I forgot the character's name because it's not a character that I've encountered in my years of reading the comic books. But it was basically a character that was produced mainly for Israeli propaganda back in the 80s. And they said they're gonna take a new approach with the character, but at the same time, the baggage that the character kind of carries with it probably isn't worth what we're doing. I'm just saying. And also, the New World Order title does have some anti-Semitic kind of history behind it as well. So the concerns and the criticisms are valid in my opinion, because you have a title that has been kind of aligned with anti-Semitic views, along with an Israeli propaganda character also in the same movie. It's not a good look. Now, Kevin Feige is a Jewish man, so I'm not going to call Kevin Feige anti-Semitic when he himself is a Jewish man. Uh, but it's just not a good look. Uh, that's all I have to say about that. Uh, but going back to uh, the rest of the movie, seeing the leader back, seeing Sam Wilson in that Captain America suit that looks so good in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited to see Sam have his own movie. Uh, you know, I'm, I'm excited to just find out more about what the movie's about, and you know, uh, the Captain America movies have historically been some of the best MCU movies, so I hope this continues that tradition. I believe they hired a director for it too, right?
He's a great director actually.
Uh, who was it again? I forgot.
It's a Julius Anowit or no, I can't think of how to pronounce his last name, but he did this movie called Loose back in 2019, and it was fantastic. I saw it within the last year or so, and well, not even last year. It's when I found out that he was directing this movie. I said, "Oh, apparently he did this really great movie a couple years ago, so I want to give it a shot." And I watched it, and I said, "Holy shit, this is freaking amazing! I'm really happy they got this guy to do New World Order." So it's a good pick, definitely a good pick. I'm excited to see what he can do with this character.
Oh,
And
that's
as
coming out next year too. I mean, 2024. That's coming out 2024. Wow. I didn't know. I thought it was a 2025 movie. Tom is not smart, Luke. Tom is
What?
not smart.
Why?
I thought Captain America New World Order was coming out in 2025, but it's 2024.
Wait. Eh,
It's coming out May
eh.
2024. So that's actually going to shoot pretty soon, relatively speaking.
Mhm.
So, yep. And just reading. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, also, we forgot to mention, we got the Loki trailer leaked online.
Yes.
Looks good. Uh, Loki is both. I believe that's both of ours favorite MCU show so far, the Disney Plus show.
Yeah, I absolutely feel that is the best Disney Plus show to date. Not even close. Actually, maybe not even. I won't say not even close, but it's the best for sure. It's the best for sure.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, it is. It is the best in my opinion. I think that show was awesome. It kept me on the edge of my seat. It also satisfyingly ended as well. Like,
Hmm.
because some of these shows have had a bit of a tough time sticking the landing. Uh, that one stuck the landing the best, in my opinion. Uh, and yeah, so I don't know. I'm just excited to see that story continue. Like, you know what you're getting into when it comes to that show. I'm really excited to see how it connects to some of the movies. Honestly, because
Hmm.
obviously Kang is a big central character in that, uh, along with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Ooh, segue, segue.
Wow.
Boom, boom. People should hire me. I'm that good. I'm that good. Uh, Bill Murray's in it.
Sure.
Modoc's in it.
Yeah.
Kang's in it. A lot of people are in it. Uh, do we find out anything truly new from D23 about the movie?
From D23 specifically, I don't think so because they just showed pretty much either
Yeah.
the same trailer from Comic-Con or a trailer that was very, very similar. So, I don't think there's any new info, but from what we've heard to this point, the movie has been very well received in their test screenings. It's a much more serious Ant-Man film, and it sounds like Scott Lang's gonna get his fucking ass beat by Kang in this
Yeah, we
movie.
saw that picture of
Yeah.
him. It was like, oh shit. Looks like me after Friday.
Yeah, this is not gonna be a fun film for Scott, and it's going to set up Kang as a very clear threat for future movies, which is awesome. The fact that we're finally diving into this is so fun, and I'm very excited even for MODOK, despite people not being happy with the design, which I get, but I do think, assuming this is right, I do think they're absolutely doing that so they can have the reveal of the mask coming off for people that don't know about the change they're making from the comics, which a lot of people probably don't, honestly. I bet you a lot of people don't know who MODOK actually is in the MCU. So that's going to really be a surprise for people, I think, and that's going to make it a very fun and exciting twist. So if that's the route they're taking, I actually support it for this movie. But beyond that, I don't think he should have a mask. No, that'd be kind of dumb.
Show that face. Show that face. Okay, I'm looking. I'm still looking. Okay, good. I got my list. Did we get anything from the Marvels?
Nothing really to talk about. I think it was pretty much just the same stuff from Comic Con.
Yeah, they just showed up and showed some footage. We can skip a little on that. I think we don't know too much about the movie, so it's not really we don't really have much to talk about. Uh, did we
Well,
get
wait,
anything
actually,
from? Nope,
um,
nope.
we got one Marvel movie that we definitely
Ooh,
should talk about.
okay,
The Thunderbolts.
okay. I knew you were gonna bring that up. I was looking at that right here.
Yes, because we actually
Like,
got the roster.
yep. Unfortunately,
Yes, the roster is Taskmaster, Bucky, John Walker, Yelena, Red Guardian, Ghost, and Val. In addition to, I'm not saying he's part of the team, but we learned that Zemo is at least involved in the movie somehow. I'm not sure what that means, but Zemo is definitely in the movie.
it's a masterpiece. Perfect. Just one of the great. His performance in Falcon and the Winter Soldier cracked me the fuck up.
I just want to note that show is extremely underrated.
Every time that man is on the screen in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I have a smile on my face. And Josh Donaldson cannot hit a fastball. And
Nope.
I'm sorry. It's like it's you know what? I could say some things that probably would lose us listeners. But yes. Yeah, Thunderbolts. I will wait. Here's what I'll say, Luke. I will wait for a trailer.
Yeah, that's kind of the train I'm on right now. I don't really know enough to tell you whether or not I like the idea because I don't know anything about the plot, quite literally. We literally only know the roster, and that's it. But technically speaking, the only one missing that I think people like desperately wanted is Abomination. Nothing on that train right now. And honestly, I have an educated guess here to say that the reason why Abomination is not part of the Thunderbolts is I think he's going to be part of the group called the Intelligentsia that they're setting up in She-Hulk. I don't think he's part of that group in the comics, but I have a feeling they're going to make a change there to have him be a part of that group because it just seems like a logical fit right now.
I was part of the stupid Gensia.
Yeah.
It's okay. Still am. Did we get anything from Blade? I don't believe so. I believe they're gonna start filming like very soon, like very very soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Blade, they haven't given any info at all, actually, but we have been getting little rumblings. Yes, filming does start in October, and we're getting more info about the fact that this movie does, in fact, appear to be a period piece. It's going to be set in the, at least at one point, the movie will be in the 1920s, if not all of it, and it's going to be spanning the early 1900s, which is really fun. I think that's a really fun and creative idea by Marvel there. Another awesome. Again, they're taking more risks and they're not afraid to get a little crazy. And I think making Blade a period piece is a major win. And beyond that too, it sounds like what's his name? I heard that Black Knight is likely not going to be in this project. So if that's the case, that means the post credit scene of Eternals was likely more of a Midnight Sun setup than a Blade setup.
Agreed.
Yeah. My guess is honestly that they're probably gonna end the Blade movie with him and Black Knight going to get someone else to keep building the team up, maybe to take out. I'm not sure. Maybe do they do Dracula in this Blade movie, or do they save Dracula for like a Midnight Suns movie? I don't know. I have questions. I have a lot of questions.
Like we said earlier, the horror stuff is the coolest stuff. Okay? So we're talking about Blade fighting Dracula. And you're telling me I can't be excited for that? Okay, so yes, I'm all in on Blade. I'm very excited for it. Do I know anything about the plot? Not really. Well, like you just said, that's about all. That's about all we know. And honestly, I prefer to keep it that way. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like walk into that theater blind. I'm gonna be like, I have no idea what I'm about to sit in for. I don't know, and I'm just gonna enjoy it. What else? What else? We got Ironheart.
Honestly,
Was there?
Ironheart, they didn't really give any info. We've only heard rumblings from other reporters about what the show might be, but from there we haven't really gotten much at all beyond. I think they showed the hood in the trailer they showed there, or the footage they showed there, and they gave some, I guess, shots of her making her new suit or whatever. But beyond that, we really don't know much. I'm excited for the show actually, and the character, but it's not something I can really talk about too much at this moment. At least we have too little.
And then Agatha. There wasn't really anything on Agatha either. So
Tom,
what
I
we're
think
gonna
we gotta do the thing.
wait, which thing? There are like multiple things. There are multiple things, Luke.
Cox.
Yes. Big cocks!
Yeah.
Sorry, I just blew up someone's ears.
Yeah,
Anyone who's listening.
I want to talk about the cocks.
We're going to start with Alakwa Cox, then we'll slide into Charlie's Cox.
Cool.
Because canonically, Echo is first, and then Daredevil Born Again is second. So, I feel like I should take the point on this one.
Go for it.
IKF just swung at a ball in the left-handed batter's box. In the left-handed batter... You know what? Fine. Alakwa Cox is starring in Echo, a show about the character Echo. Vincent D'Onofrio, a.k.a. Kingpin's in it. Daredevil's in it. And yes, it's just continuing the story that was left off in Hawkeye. Whoa, dog's barking. I'm just very excited. I'm actually quite excited for the show, even if Daredevil wasn't in it. Just because you're giving me like I think Echo's a cool character, and I like the whole aspect of betrayal, like with Wilson Fisk betraying her father, yada yada yada. I think there's like a magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry about that. There's like a magical. I heard, wasn't it? Didn't we hear about that? Like a magical kind of a mystical kind of element to it as well.
1 second, the audio's being kind of annoying, but I will say that there is a magical component to the show, for sure. I don't know what the extent of that is, but I do recall them saying, or reporters and insiders saying that it has to do with her roots, basically, and I guess that connects to how she's gonna obtain powers in the show. I don't know what that means for her. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about that yet, but assuming it connects well to her origins, I will probably be okay with it. But I do also like the idea of her staying more grounded. So I guess I'll have to wait and see. But I'm open minded to it for sure, and I'm still excited about the show because I like her a lot as an actress, and I definitely like the idea of expanding the Daredevil universe as well with her show because we're gonna get Kingpin in that show, and you're gonna establish probably more of her relationship with Charlie Cox's Daredevil, which is really awesome because it's such a fun world and playground to play in for the Marvel Cinematic Universe now, and there's so much we can do, man. It's so cool, so cool.
Gotta hop all in on those cocks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, so she goes back to Oklahoma, and like just seems like a very exciting show. And it connects to a character that Luke, I don't know if you know this, but I am a fan of Daredevil.
Yeah.
And so before we talk about Daredevil Born Again, there was a report that seems to be accurate about Daredevil's role in the show, about how it showcases how Maya, aka Echo, and Daredevil first met. And he will be wearing the red Netflix suit in the show, which seems to be very exciting. It seems as if Matt Murdock is going to be in 2 episodes and Wilson Fisk will be in 4. She shot Wilson Fisk in the face. I don't know if you remember that. Shot him right in the face. And yeah, so, Yep. So that's basically seems to be kind of the gist of Matt Murdock's role. There's also something that happened with our podcast that we should probably talk about that involves Echo and leads into Daredevil Born
Yeah.
Again. We went a little viral
We did.
because I may have tweeted something that confirms that John Bernthal is returning as the Punisher in Daredevil Born Again. It's basically Echo's gonna like kind of lead into Daredevil Born Again a little bit. Maya, aka Echo, is also going to be in the show per Daniel RPK, which seemed pretty obvious, but it's good to know that's confirmed. Uh, Eldon Henson is also going to be playing Foggy in the show, and Deborah Ann Wool, who played Karen Page, I expect to return as well. Uh, and it seems like Bullseye is also going to be in Daredevil Born Again. It seems like Daredevil Born Again is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious projects that Marvel's ever produced. We've heard that it's going to be, really mature. We've heard that its structure is going to be different than anything Marvel's tried before. Feels like it's almost going to be like a trilogy of sorts, with like 6 episode structures for 18 episodes. It just seems very ambitious. It feels like it's going to try its hand at different kind of aspects of the mythos. There's going to be like the mystical kind of side with potentially like I forgot like the hand. This I forgot what it's like hand adjacent that we were
Well,
talking about.
don't play our cards right now. We don't want to give all
Yeah,
that away. Yeah, but
yeah. It just seems like they're gonna like start. It seems to be like something that's really ambitious, really, really exciting. It seems like there's room for even more Netflix characters to pop up. Like I said in my original tweet, they couldn't get Kristen Ritter back because she's doing an Orphan Black show. My dog keeps barking. Uh, I am not happy about this. I do not enjoy this. But back to Daredevil, which I do enjoy. They couldn't get Kristen Ritter back because she's got scheduling conflicts, but I wouldn't be shocked if she popped up in a scene or two just to let the audience know, hey, she's back too, and she's gonna do her thing eventually in a Marvel Studios project. And I'm just really excited for this show. I'm really excited that like Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are gonna be in the mainstream because being on Netflix, they didn't get that same notoriety that like Chris Evans did, RDJ did, and they really should because honestly, they act their ass off in those shows. And like, let's be honest, like Charlie Cox probably did way more stunts than Chris Evans ever did.
yeah.
Like, let's be honest, it's him in that suit a lot of the time because they didn't have the budget to like CGI everything or have a stuntman do everything, and everything in that Daredevil show is very practical based. They needed Charlie to be physical. They needed him to do a lot of those like those one shot fight scenes and all of that. And you know, I'm just really excited. Like that's my number one. This is my number one most anticipated show. I don't know if you know this, Luke. I've said this before, but man, oh man, oh man, am I excited for this show? And do I love Daredevil? And I want to hear your thoughts on said show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fucking excited, dude. I mean, I love Daredevil. You know this. I was a huge fan of the show. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite Marvel project to date, outside of maybe a couple Spider-Man projects. I can't help it. I love him so much. But Daredevil is so freaking awesome. And the fact that we're getting all these people from the cast back from the original show is so cool. And the fact that they were even again adding to the lore of Daredevil with the character like Echo, and who knows who else they're going to introduce. But like Charlie Cox was saying, getting 18 episodes and just giving this character a chance to breathe over that kind of length of time in the MCU is just so ambitious and so exciting. The opportunities for this show feel limitless, quite honestly, and I'm really not totally sure what to expect in terms of the plot, but I do know to expect a genuinely great story because I don't think Charlie Cox would be on board with this in the way he is, along with Vincent D'Onofrio, unless they knew they had something great. And I believe they do have something great here. I don't care who the writers are. They might be people that the average audience ain't confident in, but I don't care. I have a feeling. I really have a feeling they're gonna fucking nail this because this is such a big property. And I don't think Feige would give this 18 episodes unless he was real confident in the product either, because that's a big risk. That is a genuinely big risk. You're talking about 18, well, maybe not 18 weeks because they're gonna split it up, but regardless, you're gonna have 18 episodes worth of content spread out over God knows how much time. I mean, it's gonna be ambitious and it's gonna take up a big part of Marvel's schedule. And this is a property that, trust me, if they mess it up, fans are gonna let them know. So
I
I don't
certainly
see
would
it.
not. I
I don't see
certainly
it.
would not do that.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
a
see it happening.
calm, I am a calm and rational fan when it comes to Daredevil at all times. I certainly did not tweet out that I would jump off a cliff if Tony Stark was responsible for the yellow suit in She-Hulk. Totally did not write that out today. Uh, but yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. 2024 can't get here soon enough. Do I feel old thinking 24? Yes, I do, because I will be 24 that year. But it's okay. I will gladly turn 24 in exchange for more cocks in my eyes.
Wow, that's all right. Well, that's great talk about Cox, man. I'm happy we got to do that, but I don't really have too much more to say, honestly. I'm kind of just waiting for more shit to come out. I mean, I'll say this: the moment we get a trailer down the line, not anytime soon, but down the line, I'm gonna fucking shit myself, dude. Like I can't even comprehend what I'm gonna be feeling.
If you're gonna shit yourself, I may as well just turn into like a speck of dust.
Yeah.
You, if you see, we're gonna do a reaction to when that first trailer comes out, and I'm not gonna watch it until I'm in front of a camera, because you will see a 20, probably 23 at the time, a 23-year-old man become a 12-year-old, and normally you do see that anyways, but still, in a different capacity, you will see me turn into a little Timmy Turner boy. All right. Uh, so yes, I'm so excited. That's my number one. Okay. That is the number one project on my list. Did D23 talk about anything else that was significant?
Nothing else we need to cover.
Okay.
I actually want to get into some of the DC stuff because I want to save the
Oh,
big thing for last.
we're
Yeah.
saving. Okay.
I want to save that for last. I don't want to really
Okay.
relish in that, but
Okay.
I guess we can talk about Henry Cavill, who really does appear to be making his comeback in DC right now. There's word of him being in the Flash now, and we have already heard about him in the last few weeks being in Black Adam. I'm not sure what that means, given how confused the pretty much everybody at DC seems to be right now. But in some capacity, Cavill appears to be back. So I don't. Again, I'm not going to get overly excited because I don't trust DC for shit. But I am.
But I will.
But I'm gonna say I am happy to see that Cavill is back, and I hope they do his character justice because I think he's great in the role, and I think with better writing he can really shine. I absolutely think he can. So I'm hoping we get that. I really do, and the rest of DC too.
I am very excited for Henry Cavill's return as the Man of Steel. We have kind of waited for an answer on this for a long time. It's been the last time he actually filmed a Superman scene was 2017.
Yeah.
It's been I know Zack Snyder's Justice League came out last year, but that was already filmed a long time ago, and I don't believe he filmed any new scenes for it. So he hasn't been Superman for a while, and there was a lot of thought that he's probably just gonna be done with it. They're probably just kind of reboot, sweep it under the rug. But now it seems like he's back, and we could get a Superman movie because David Zaslav really seems to be into doing another Superman movie, which is nice. There's been 4 separate Superman movies in development. None of them involve Henry Cavill, and I don't think those are getting made. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Zaslav's making who was J.J. Abrams was producing it. It was gonna be uh, I forgot who the filmmaker was that was attached for it, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's getting made, and I don't think the Michael B. Jordan one is getting made either. I think they're just gonna stick to Cavill. If it's Cavill that's back, I think it's gonna be Cavill.
Yeah, no, I agree. If Cavill's back, I think they're gonna go all in on him. But at the same time, the guy's really busy, man. He's filming back-to-back seasons for The Witcher coming up very soon,
He
and
is really busy.
that's what I'm saying.
That is a busy man.
I really don't know how they're gonna fit him in right now. Quite honestly, I think maybe this is just
I don't even know how they did it in the first place.
The only thing I can imagine in my head is the fact that realistically, they probably envision him next appearing, and I'm gonna guess a Shazam and Black Adam, movie with all three of them, whether that's the next Shazam movie or it's another title. But assuming that is the case, that movie probably won't even get off the ground for at least another 2 years, at least.
Judge walked.
So nice. So by then,
Thank you.
It is safe to assume, in all likelihood, that Cavill would be either done or close to done with his stuff for The Witcher. So assuming he can leave his schedule open afterwards, starting now, then I think it could work. But don't expect to see him in anything else soon beyond little teases like we're getting in these upcoming films. You're not going to get him in any prominent role for a few years minimum, I would say.
We really do need more Superman stuff. We've got a good show on CW. Well, it's on. I think they're moving to HBO or something.
If they get a bigger budget, I'd be very happy because they deserve it.
Yeah, so we got a good Superman show right now, but we haven't had a Superman movie in 9 years, and so it'd be nice to get the Man of Steel back on the big screen. He is a cinematic character.
It's absurd. It's absurd. Yeah. It really is.
It is. Anthony Rizzo just tied the game with a single.
Nice.
So it's first and third, nobody out. But, for those who don't know, we are baseball fans.
My big thing too with this is it's just so sad to think about. I hate to compare, but compare Marvel to DC right now. Like the fact that we're about to get 3 Ant-Man films.
I prefer not to.
We're about to get 3 Ant-Man films before Superman can get his next movie.
Yeah, it's not like Man of Steel wasn't profitable for them. Like it still made. It was, I know it.
Yeah.
It didn't make $1 billion, but it made like $700 million. It did its thing. Like it's not like it was it's like kind of weird because Warner Brothers of all people should know, like you make a moderately successful first one, there's a good chance that the sequel will do better. I mean, Batman Begins didn't make like a whole lot of money. Like it made like I think it made like 325 or something like that. But then The Dark Knight came out and made $1 billion. And it was like, I think making a sequel to that paid off. And then the third one made even more money. Pretty profitable franchise. Glaber Torres just hit an RBI single.
Nice.
Yes. I should be a broadcaster, right? Because I'm good at multitasking. But yes. So basically what I'm saying is like, you had a Superman movie made like, what was it, over $600 million. And then you made Batman vs. Superman, which tanked critically and still made $800 million. I mean, like, just saying, like, you probably should have made a Superman movie, like, a long time ago. And you shouldn't have alienated Cavill either. That pissed me off.
I think there's absolutely a world, which is quite obvious, a world where DC could just make bank off of these characters, but they're just not utilizing them right. And beyond that, again, better writing helps sell your product, man. I mean, it's kind of the bottom line. If they can actually write a great Superman film, it's going to sell. And if they're smart, I hear people question all the time whether or not a period piece type of Superman film with the cheesy style and aesthetic can work in the year 2022. And I'm telling you, if you're earnest about it and you actually put the time of day into it and write a good story, it
those Sam
works.
Raimi Spider-Man movies still hold up. The Smallville still holds up.
It does.
Superman and Lois is certainly holding up.
You just need to actually buy into it. Like if you're the writers of that kind of movie, you got to go for it.
That whole narrative about like you can't that cheesiness wouldn't like work today is such bullshit. It's not true. It's not at all true. Uh, Superhero movies don't always have to be super serious or super dark or like the beautiful thing about a show like Smallville is its ability to balance its tone. Like it shows you the light and the dark of a life that Superman lives, man. And fucking Josh Donaldson struck out on another fastball. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But back to Superman. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies are about as earnest as you can get, and they are considered, and they're not that old, comparatively speaking. They still hold up to this day. People were still jumping through the roof to go see Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man No Way Home. All right, so you can't tell me that you can't make a Superman movie in the same vein of Smallville, Superman and Lois, Superman the. You know what I'm saying? Like anyone who says that it can't happen is just too wrapped up in the darkness of modern superhero movies and just doesn't understand that superhero movies can be made in multiple different ways with multiple different tones with multiple different approaches. So what I'm saying is make a Superman movie and make it feel like a Superman movie. Make it feel like Superman. Make it feel like the world's best friend is on the big screen.
Yeah, you're absolutely
That's my
right.
rant.
No, you're right. I mean, Superman deserves that. And in the end, it really just, people are going to know if you're making this movie and you don't actually buy into it as a creator. You don't want to be winking at the audience saying, hey, this is cheesy and funny, right? Right? No, you actually want them to buy into this is the world you're creating. And despite what you might call a cheesy and bright tone, it's still taken very seriously in the fact that this is the world you're making and you believe that it's real despite it being obviously fantasy. And I think that's what it's going to come down to with Superman, making a believable world that's not just a dark Zack Snyder gritty aesthetic, which is fun. And I don't even necessarily shit on it because I know a lot of people that like that movie, and I absolutely get it. I think it's a very valid take on Superman, quite honestly. But I think we need to return to Superman being the bright character that I grew to love when I was watching stuff
And
like
then
Smallville.
yeah, and in fairness to Snyder, it seemed like at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, it seemed like we were headed in that direction. Uh, so like, just really continue with that, and even at the end of like Joss Whedon's Justice League, it was very much like that as well. It felt like it kind of felt kind of out of place, but like in a way, but like what we're just trying to say is we need that kind of Superman now more than ever. It feels like, if and it feels like it makes sense considering where we've seen Cavill's version go. So just do that. Just do that, Superman. Uh, and make a Superman movie. And that's really all we have to say on that topic. We have some other topics that we have to get into as well. What shall we talk about next, Mr. Luke?
I would probably like to get into. Let me read down this list. We got. Yeah, I mean, I even though this is, I'll probably let you take this one more because honestly, I haven't even seen the first one yet. But Constantine 2 with Keanu Reeves. I actually
Okay.
have yet. Yeah, I have yet to see the first one. I've been meaning to. I just haven't gotten around to it. But I'll let you take reins because truthfully, I don't really know much.
It is like it's one of those movies that's become a cult movie in a sense. It's like originally it wasn't the greatest received movie. John Constantine, the character, is actually British, but Keanu Reeves is very clearly not British in the movie. And he's also blonde in the comics. He's also very clearly not blonde in the movie. It's just Keanu Reeves. But it's an enjoyable movie. Uh, it's it's just it's just a fun time, man. Like you watch it, it's just a fun time. That's really all I have to say on the movie because like I have no idea like where they would take it. Basically the first movie is like it's about John Constantine. He tried to commit suicide, so like he tried to commit suicide, and the Catholic rule is like you don't get to go to heaven if you attempt suicide or commit suicide. Uh, and so he's living out his days. He's got cancer, inoperable cancer, and he spends his time doing like good deeds, performing like exorcisms and all of that, in order to kind of like bargain his way into heaven. And like it's just like a lot of cool stuff comes from that. That's basically the gist of the story. Tilda Swinton, aka the whitewashed Asian ancient one from Doctor Strange, is in the movie. I believe she plays like the angel that Keanu Reeves is bargaining with to get into heaven. Uh, and it's a very enjoyable movie. Is it accurate to the comic books? No comment. But it's a fun time, man, and like Keanu Reeves, like it feels like they're cashing in on the Keanu Reeves train, because Keanu has had a bit of a renaissance since that first John Wick movie released. So that's really all I have to say. And the writer Akiva Goldsman, who wrote the first one, also wrote Batman Forever, and I believe he's also a producer and writer and director on the Titans show. So there you go. The more you have it.
Yeah, I'm a lot more informed now because I didn't really know anything truthfully at all going into this. But
Well, now you do, Luke. Now you do.
I will definitely watch the first one when I have some time. But
On
I
a
don't really,
streaming
yeah,
service, so
yeah, it is. Well, it was on HBO. I think it still is.
it was. It's a DC character, so it was on HBO. Sometimes it bounces around on like
Yeah,
Hulu
yeah, yeah,
too.
yeah.
So either way, I recommend watching it. It's a fun watch, even though it may not be the most accurate movie to the source material.
So I'm gonna dive into another topic because truthfully, I really can't say anything else on that one. But can only talk about two more topics because I'm a little tight on time. But I'm gonna dive into these as much as I can. All right. So
Okay.
before, okay, you know what? Um, uh, this one will make very quick. Then we'll go into the big one. I just want to note that we have Jeff Loveness as the writer for Kang Dynasty, and he is the writer of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which has been highly received by a lot of critics early on from test screenings, and beyond that, he really just hearing him talk, he seems like a good fit for this, and beyond the obvious, he's been writing for Kang in that movie, so it seems like a logical fit for that to continue on in Kang Dynasty. So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
I agree. I agree. That's basically all we have to say about that. Just because like we're not super familiar with his work. We'll know when we watch the movie. So yeah, just excited. It's nice. They're gonna shoot that movie like I think like next year or something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. I guess we'll get into the last one.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this one.
All right. Well, guys,
So let's do it.
This is the big one. This is officially Deadpool 3 is coming out September of 2024, and to be paired with Ryan Reynolds, we have Hugh Jackman returning as the Wolverine. Holy shit.
Okay, sorry about that. But to be honest, like we've heard like that in the original plans before the Fox acquisition, like Ryan Reynolds was trying to get him to do like this buddy cop kind of thing with Hugh Jackman, and like we never actually like expected it to like happen, but like I'm so excited. I know people are like a little concerned about like what does this mean for Logan? And it's like comic books, like because at the ending of Logan gave him a nice send off and all that. But like, who gives a fuck? Come on, we're gonna see Hugh Jackman in a yellow Wolverine suit paired alongside Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool. They're probably gonna fight a badass, iconic Marvel villain or something. They're probably gonna fight each other too. Like, come on, come on. Like this is it's like it's like every superhero fan's kind of dream, and we're gonna see that guy one more time when we thought we'd never see him as Wolverine again. Uh, it's just like it came out of nowhere. Honestly, I was not expecting that, so I'm
Yeah.
just super happy and excited.
Yeah, literally saw a notification on Discord and in one of the general Marvel chats, and I just see a video from Ryan Reynolds' Twitter, and I was like, oh, it's probably just like a joking Deadpool thing with very little importance. And then I open it, and I fucking
I was like,
see,
oh,
yeah, I'm like,
then you
wait,
see they even dropped like the teaser poster and shit. It's like, oh,
yeah, man, I could not believe they just did that, and it's so awesome, and I'm so excited for this movie. I mean, this is a dream come true, and for all those worried about the ending of Logan being tainted, they're they're not
those
dumb.
timelines are so confusing. Okay,
Well, it's not even just that. It's the reality is they're not that dumb. They're not going to taint the ending of Logan. Like, I think the in all likelihood it's going to be a variant, but even if it's not, let's say, what's to stop that Logan from being planted right back into the timeline from where they were pulled? Like, there's a million ways Marvel could fix this in 2 seconds if they even get the same Wolverine. Like, I think people are overthinking this quite a bit. Let's be excited, bro. Like you said, we're gonna get Hugh Jackman's Wolverine back with fucking Ryan Reynolds Deadpool in the yellow
in a
suit. It's
comic
like,
accurate yellow suit. Yep,
yeah,
R
like
rated too.
that's what I'm saying. This is a dream come true for Marvel fans, and God knows what else is gonna be in this
This is
movie.
gonna make $1 billion. This is gonna be one of the first R-rated $1 billion. I'm calling that right now.
I think
You got the Marvel Studios branding with Ryan Reynolds always. You know that's a profitable franchise as well. The Deadpool franchise, with arguably like the most iconic Marvel casting. Like I would say he's number. No, he's like number one. Like when you think of like definitive comic book castings, usually Hugh Jackman pops up. Uh, and he's in the movie at a time in which we thought we'd never see him again. He's coming back. It's just, it's like a, it's like, and we've been like, we just saw Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield come back, and now we're seeing this guy come back, but we just saw Patrick Stewart back as well. It's like, it's an incredible time. It's like, I don't even like know what to say. I was just shocked when I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, this is a thing. Unfortunately, a friend of mine spoiled the video for me before I watched it.
you know, I'm sorry, man, but
I
like,
would have, I would have liked to have been surprised.
I'll be real. There was no containing my excitement in that
Yeah,
moment.
I understand. I have blown a few seats.
I didn't even know what I was about to watch. I just fucking clicked on it. I was in the middle of class, and I just fucking I'm like, I'll just check this out quick. It's probably gonna be nothing anyway. I'm not gonna get too distracted, right? And then I get to the end of the video. I'm like, okay, class is over for me. I got another 45 minutes left, but I ain't gonna be able to focus. So, yeah, that's kind of what
Yeah.
happened for me, and it was fucking nuts. I
Oh,
mean, it's crazy. Like I just can't believe this is
great
actually
poster too.
happening. Oh, awesome
Great
poster.
poster.
It's all so exciting, and I don't even know like what excites me most beyond like there's so many possibilities for this plot. I mean, we just scratched the surface, and that
Who
surface is
cares
Hugh
about the
Jackman.
plot? That's like,
Oh God,
uh, hopefully they get like Brolin back as Cable and stuff, and like we
they
get to
probably are.
continue. That's just gonna be that movie is gonna be nuts. You got Sean Levy directing it, who's known for Stranger Things. You know, so it's gonna be, dude, like that shot up the list of most anticipated Marvel projects. You put, you know, it must have been so easy to get Hugh Jackman back. Like, it. it couldn't have been too hard because like I think like Reynolds and him are best friends, and like Feige and him go way back to the first X-Men. It's like, bro, come back. We'll put you in that suit. We'll give you like $25-30 million. Come have some fun with your buddy Ryan, and let's give the fans what they want. And wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in Secret Wars as well.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman on the same screen together?
I think Secret Wars, when we do get there, that's gonna be the end for all of those multiversal characters for sure.
Kevin Feige almost made that happen in the first Spider-Man movie. The
I
only
know.
reason that that it didn't happen was I think they couldn't find his costume or something, and it's like canonically, like Spider-Man, the Raimi trilogy would have been in the X-Men universe, the Fox X-Men universe, which is kind of funny, but alas, it never happened. But the multiverse is a friend to fans of the Marvel universe. So, do we have anything else to say about this, Mr. Luke?
I think I'm pretty much good. I'm just really happy right now. I'm excited for the future of Marvel as a whole. And next time we talk, we'll probably be diving into our Werewolf by Night review, actually, because I definitely want to talk about that. And
What's the release date on that?
it's October
I
7th.
forgot the release. Oh shit! Oh shit! That just excited me because I thought it was gonna be later, closer to Halloween.
No, actually, that's going to be a big week for us in general for Marvel because we're probably going to have a lot to talk about that week because we're going to get the Wakanda Forever trailer. We're going to get Werewolf by Night on that Wednesday. And then the day after, we're going to get the She-Hulk episode with Daredevil.
Sir?
Yes.
That sounds like a pretty good week to me.
Yes, it does.
That sounds like a pretty good week for a Daredevil fan / fan of horror movies. I am so excited. I can't believe this.
All right.
I like how we took a collective deep breath there.
Yeah, I think
We really-
I think I'm good.
Me too.
All right, would you like me to wrap it up?
Yep. What a day. What a lovely day.
A lovely day indeed. It has been great talking to you again, Tom. It is always a pleasure. But until next time, this has been a fantastic episode of Cape Time. I'll see you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.